Guys, I think this is the first time I ever started the show with a clip from Newsweek, but here we are. Item. Conservative political commentator Ann Coulter has suggested that the U.S. military should invade Mexico to stop Central American migrants seeking asylum in the U.S. from reaching the U.S. border. Excuse me. Coulter made the comments on October 26th, the Laura Ingraham angle on Fox News. She told Laura Ingraham that there are several options available to President Trump for halting the migrant caravan which crossed into southern Mexico. There's so many things the president can do besides build the wall himself. He's the commander-in-chief, Coulter said. The military can't really do anything standing on our side of the border. What are they going to do? Shoot the invaders? But they could invade. They could go in 10 yards into Mexico. We didn't ask for Iraq's approval to go in. We didn't ask for Afghanistan's approval to go in. Other than sitting on oil, most of these Middle Eastern countries, they're not going to kill Americans. Unquote. My friends, this is a very interesting idea. I part company with Ann Coulter when she says we can't shoot, because we can shoot them as soon as they come onto our land. But taking over the land on the other side of the border, taking over, 100 yards of Mexico, and stopping them there. It's a proactive stance to take. I like it. Of course, people will scream, but they're screaming anyway, so just tune them out. The more proactive America is, the better we do. And by the way, I learned this lesson from our President Barack Obama. He did things that were illegal, unconstitutional, which was bad, but he did them and said, catch me if you can. Well, Donald Trump has spent an awful lot of time in these past 2 years undoing a lot of the garbage that Obama did. But when it comes to an imminent threat on our border, yes, take action. If the world doesn't like it, if the liberals and the Democrats don't like it, they can always find a lawyer and sue. But in the meantime, our border will be secure. The next step would take money from the military budget and build the wall as a matter of defense. In fact, maybe that's what Donald Trump's game is. Maybe he wants these migrants to come through our border so he can say, look, we're under attack. I'm using the military budget to build the wall. If that's the case, then he is more of a genius than I already think he is. And if it's not the case, well, he ought to bring in yours truly, Howard Riell, as an advisor to the White House, because I got lots of good ideas, and that's the first one. Secure the border with the money we already have in hand. All right, guys, it's Tuesday. We lost yesterday. Let's make up for lost time. It's Riell Truth. Go nowhere.
This is my the American let's remember our great military by taking care of that while they are away. Being not have time to help close your global better organization. Visit them online or call 970-493-4077. 970-493-4077.
All right, guys, we're going to begin with a 2-for-1 today. Mark Levin, who does what I do, he's a talk show host. He's got a show on Fox and he's on CRTV. He's all over the place. He's an author. He had Newt Gingrich on the show just a couple of nights ago. I watched it. It was a great conversation. Here is some of it right now. Harvey, I'm on the radio. I gotta call you back. Yeah, text me the number. All right, bye-bye. And that's the key word. We're about to go to commercial break. Common sense, which Donald Trump has in spades and which the left has not at all. If we just stick to common sense, you'll find that the differences between left and right, for the most part, evaporate. And it's common sense that the left is missing. And that's why we're going to have a red wave in this election. Let's take a break and we'll be back. More Real Truth up ahead.
Full of grace and truth. John, witness of him and crying out, saying, "This was he of whom I said, He who comes after me is preferred before me, for he was before me." The Gospel of John, chapter 1, verse 14 and 15. To behold these truths is self-evident. Not all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, that to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men, deriving their just power from the consent of the government. This is the American News Network. Chapel and Talent LLC is our emergency first responders with their professional commitment free. They're willing to put their lives on the line for others who feel their own thing. So let's all take the time to thank our first responders for all they do for us. We're also thanking our veterans for the sacrifice they made for our freedom. This message is from Chapel and Talent LLC, the two locations in Denver and Barcelona, serving the community for over 13 years. This is online at chapelcolin.com. Total concrete services and the men and women of our military dedicate themselves to serving our country. Their commitment and courage keep our country safe and strong. Let us honor those who have lost their lives in the line of duty. The victory is start today. This reminder from Total Concrete Services at 4462 Hilltop Road in Omaha. Come to serve the entire area and to work on behalf of our future. For more information, call 970-935-2780.
My friends, I think I invented an idiomatic expression. Happened years ago. It hasn't yet entered the American lexicon in its entirety, but I think that it soon will. That expression is criminally stupid. I think we've got people in this country who unfortunately are criminally stupid, to wit. Had the horrible tragedy on Saturday at that synagogue in Pittsburgh. And so immediately there are people who jump in front of a microphone and say, the blame goes to Donald Trump. I would characterize these people as criminally stupid. I think you would too. Here, weighing in on that, on the Howie Carr Show, your favorite and mine, Ann Coulter.
For anybody who's in the country, pays taxes legally, speaks English. Absolutely right. Absolutely right.
That is exactly the same metaphor that yours truly, your humble host, has been using for years. Remember the lifeboat, the rowboat, the guy on the other side, the liberal on the other side, drilling a hole in the ground, unaware that he's going to kill everybody? That's how great minds think alike.
Yeah, this is
Oh, hang on 1 second. We hit a little emotional bump here where they're going to stick in a commercial, but I'm not going to fall for it. Here we go.
What do you make of this piece of actual?
There we go. By the way, my friends, let me jump in and point out that the synagogue I go to, There are several people who are armed. So if you want to cause trouble, come on in. My friends, I'm going to have a whole bunch of t-shirts printed up. They're going to say, dead scumbags don't commit crimes. The president is out there talking up the death penalty. Good. Good. We should have the death penalty, but not if it means someone sits on death row for 20, 25, 30, 35 years, as commonly happens. When you have a case where someone is caught in the act of murdering people, give him a trial the next day, kill him. That's what civilized countries do. Let's take a break and we'll be back. More Riell Truth ahead, my friends, including the president.
Animal House Taxidermy in Brighton would like to take this time to say thank you to all the brave men and women in the armed forces who have served our country. Business owners, consider hiring veterans, our most dependable resource. And to those heroes back home for missions abroad, know that your dedication, selflessness, and courage are appreciated. And God bless America. This message is from Animal House Taxidermy in Brighton, and proud to salute fighting forces of our country. Now this is the testimony of John, the Jews that frequently I heard Jerusalem that asked him, who are you? He confessed and did not deny, but confessed, I am not the Messiah. And they asked him, what then? Are you Elijah? He said, I am not. Are you the prophet? And he answered, no. The Gospel of John, chapter 1, verse 19 through 21.
It took me 24 no one anywhere is more noble, righteous, selfless, and courageous than our United States Armed Forces. These brave men and women and their families put the film for our freedom every day. When the military care packages today to let them know that they are in our hearts and our prayers and our thoughts. This message from the exclusive at your 24-hour Walmart Supercenter on Highway 287 in Lafayette. They're on the air because they care.
Use the microphone to remind us that the drug problem is not there. We know our kids will be approached at their feet. We want to applaud the youngsters in our community who set the street. They know the drugs. They provide examples to their peers and families to be the best they can be. And promoted the microphone located at 366 Grand Avenue, serving our area since 1943, specializing in naturalized PhD and forth. All 303 680 2240 303 680 2240. We, the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity, do ordain and establish this
All right, folks, welcome back to Riell Truth. By the way, you are going to go to howardriell.com, right, at the end of the show. You are going to go to my Facebook page, Riell Truth Radio. Great stuff there. And you are going to read, finally, and shame on you for not having done so until now, you're going to read my book, Riell Truth, Stay Angry, which you can find at Amazon, Barnes & Noble, virtualbookworm.com. You can't spit without hitting my book. You will love it, and that's a promise. Here is Laura Ingraham from last night interviewing President Donald Trump.
That's my interview with President Trump.
My friends, I'm a Jew, you know that. I'm an Orthodox Jew, and I'm here to tell you the Jewish people love Donald Trump, especially religious Jews. He's been a tremendous friend to Israel. He has stuck by the Jewish people again and again and again. In an entire lifetime, he's never shown one single instance of anti-Semitism And so the question is, how come the left is calling him an anti-Semite? Well, that's easy, and I've talked about this on the show before. There's no reason for them to call him an anti-Semite, but they do it anyway. Now it's out there. People hear it. And the voters on the left, the so-called low-information voters, that's a nice way of saying stupid voters, they hear it, they believe it. They don't stop like you and I do. They don't stop and ask, well, what's the proof? They're like dogs. You say sit, they sit. You say roll over, they roll over. They say Trump. You say Trump is a racist, they say Trump's a racist. You say Trump's an anti-Semite, they say Trump's an anti-Semite. There are people on a Pavlovian level who don't think, they only feel. And they wait for instructions for people to tell them what to feel. That's what's so dangerous. You've got humanoids out there who look like people but lack the thought process. That's why the left is calling Trump all these names, because they know their simpleton voters will believe the lies.
You know, it was going to take years and years to build, and it was going to cost over $1 billion. I opened up a beautiful building for $400,000, already open, saved well over $1 billion. It's opened after 4 years.
So the reason for the time to believe from being too pro-Palestinian, and I'm not criticizing that.
And in fact, this horrible young day, this terrible person that they pursued, he was not a Donald Trump fan because he said I was too close to Israel. So, to be Israel's name. So, I will tell you, I would have shared right after this, I would have shared the most beautiful packages told me, it must have known you were going to do this interview, but it was sent by Billy Netanyahu, thanking me for opening the embassy in Israel, which, as you know, is like the biggest deal.
The phrase enemy of the people, another phrase that's been seized upon by the enemy for decades. I'm not just saying. There's a woman who was just on CNN.
Now, my friends, here's how you know Donald Trump listens to this radio show, Riell Truth, because for a number of years I've been saying that the lying media is the enemy of the American people. They are the adversary. When you put bad information out into the airwaves nationally, it's like injecting poison into a bloodstream. It circulates and it kills. It's not just that their fact checkers need to be better. The CNNs, the MSNBCs, ABC, NBC, CBS, all the other garbage stations, they know full well they're putting lies out there. They're completely aware of it, and they're okay with it because they're ignoramuses and whores. As long as these media celebrities get the big fat checks, they will continue doing whatever people want to pay them to do. They know they're giving lies and slanted information to the American people. Doesn't seem to bother them. They must not have consciences. I could not sleep if I was putting lies out on the airwaves, and I have no multi-million-dollar contract to defend. In fact, as you know, I've never been paid a penny for doing this show. But what the hell am I worth on this planet Earth if I'm going to do anything other than putting out truth? If I'm going to put out lies, I might as well be 6 feet under. But the major media, they call Donald Trump every word in the book, and they figure their simpleton, non-thinking, emotionally raw voters will simply obey, and they do. We'll be back.
And of his fullness we have all received, and grateful grace. For the law was given through Moses, but grace and truth came through Yeshua HaMashiach, Jesus the Christ. No one has seen God at any time. The only begotten Son, who is in the bosom of the Father, he has declared him. The Gospel of John, chapter 1, verse 15. Article 4. The right of the people to be secure in the persons, houses, favors, and effects of his unreasonable searches and seizures shall not be violated. And no warrant shall be issued but upon probable cause, supported by oaths or affirmations, and particularly describing the places to be searched and the person Estate is a professional, reputable, full-service business providing quality real estate preparedness supplies at an affordable price. Go online, stop by, or call 303-781-0343. Parents Survival. American Window Tinting Incorporated in Franktown reminds parents, keep an eye on your child while shopping. Children tend to stray or become lost. This poses an opportunity for a would-be abductor. Please make every effort to keep track of your little one at all times. If you have information regarding a lost child, call local authorities at once. This message is from American Window Tinting Incorporated in Franktown. For residential or commercial window tinting, call 303-263-4228.
All right, folks, I'm going to post the interview with President Trump on my Facebook page. In the meantime, I'm going to go back to Mark Levin interviewing Newt Gingrich because what they're saying is just that important. Let's listen.
Using his business background. because these are people who are just paralyzed
When he says their world is disintegrating, let's stop and talk about this for a second. He means the power structure created by the elites that rules out people like you and me. He means the swamp. He means the fixes-in gang. Their days are numbered because Donald Trump is defeating them at their own game and giving power back to you and me, the people. Now, if you are a member of the elite, and if you're a member of the swamp and you want that power back, and you want to silence the American people, well, then just go ahead and vote Democrat.
And because he is a disruptor in a positive sense, the people who don't like being disrupted, you talk about the never-Trumpers, are really the Trump haters. Right. Not just within the Republican Party, the entire Democrat establishment, including the media establishment, including academia. Almost a man and woman, they are lined up, attacking this president because he's a disruptor, correct? Yeah, and I actually think there's a profound historic reason for that. I think at 8 o'clock on election night, all of those people had a bottle of champagne chilling. They were all going to celebrate breaking the glass ceiling with Hillary. They were going to get radicals appointed to the Supreme Court. And life was good. 2 hours later, it's clear that Hillary's going to lose. And if Hillary's going to lose, that means, oh my God, Donald J. Trump's going to be president. So this 2 hours is the equivalent, psychologically, of an IED going off. And they get basically the equivalent of PTSD. And these people are on a state of shock. They try to recover, and this is part of Trump's genius. Every morning they wake up and they think this could be a better day. And then he's already tweeted 6 times before they get awake. And they go, oh my God, he's still president. And they go right back into the PTSD. And so what you've had is a collective psychotic experience by the entire left. We then get together in sort of therapy support groups called fundraisers and cocktail parties and what have you, and they all talk to each other, and they get hysterical.
Why are they hysterical? Because liberals want a different America, a strange, mutated, convoluted version of America, which would not be a very nice place to live in, which wouldn't live very long. Donald Trump represents classic America, traditional America, the America that works, the America that is the richest, most powerful nation on earth, and they hate that. They hate Trump because he's the one out front. They really hate you and me. They hate America. They want to live in a different kind of country. Well, the good news for people on the left is that they can indeed live in a different kind of country. They're only an airplane ticket away. I invite them to exercise their option to fly the hell out of here and ruin some other country. We'll be back, and we'll finish up today here on Real Truth. My friends, stick around.
Grandpa's Pawn and Gun, serving Longmont in the Front Range of Colorado since 1994. We specialize in guns and currently have over 400 guns for sale. We also buy, sell, and pawn and trade for gold, silver, musical instruments, knives, archery equipment, wads, side-by-side, coins, and a lot more. We buy gun collections and do appraisals, which is smart for insurance purposes should a claim arise. We are, according to APF, Colorado's second highest volume gun dealer, but because we have a lot lower overhead than the big box stores, we can beat the big box stores by as much as $100 per gun. And we have the lowest interest rates in Northern Colorado, half of what the corporate stores charge when you're doing a loan. Come and see us at Grandpa's Pawn and Gun. If you love guns, if you love gold, check us out on the web, www.grandpaspawn.com or 303-772-7952. Grandpa, Patriot Trading Group is a different kind of silver company. Cleaning up the industry for 21 years. Are you tired of the high pressure sales tactics, the constant phone calls? Are you done with the bait? You just want to be treated fairly with honesty and respect? That's exactly what you get when you call 800-951-0592. You have my word on it. I'm Joe Jacobs, CEO of the Patriot Trading Group. Check us out online at allamericangold.com. Most people think they can't afford to invest in gold and silver. But at the Patriot
Trading Group, we believe that everyone should have the opportunity to own hard assets. That's why we created our Preferred Metals program. You can get started for as little as $100 a month. Go to allamericangold.com and click on our Preferred Metals icon to learn how you can get started today. Or call us at 800-951-0592, the Patriot Trading Group, allamericangold.com.
Okay, remember, howardriell.com, Riell Truth Stay Angry on Amazon or Barnes & Noble or virtualbookworm.com. You will love it. Item from The Atlantic. Newt Gingrich effectively called for the deportation of all practicing Muslims from the United States on Thursday night. His suggestion, which would almost certainly be unconstitutional, represents perhaps the most sweeping call for a religious test proposed by a mainstream political figure over the last few years, which has seen a strong backlash against Islam. Stop, my friends, I need to see exactly what Newt Gingrich said, but first of all, it's for the Supreme Court to decide what is constitutional or not. Second of all, the idea of deporting all practicing Muslims, well, I don't know if America is ready to do it, but it would certainly be a good idea. Item from Breitbart. Christine Blasey Ford, the California psychology professor who accused Supreme Court Justice Brett Kavanaugh of sexual misconduct 36 years ago, received a $1 million windfall and is receiving several requests for book deals after her testimony, unquote. My friends, I do not claim to have the power of prophecy, but I told you weeks ago that this chick was a political whore and that she would be making a lot of money based on this disgusting and ridiculous accusation. And here it is. She's already collected $1 million. She's going to get a big fat book deal. It pays to get groped 36 years in the past, doesn't it? Item from Newsmax. The media is in near full liberal activist mode 1 week before the November midterm elections, making 10 times more negative statement toward Republicans than Democrats, according to Media Research Center's Richard Noyes, unquote. My friends, his name is very instructive. Liberal news outlets are just creating noise. They'll accuse Donald Trump of everything. They'll slander him, insult him, just so that the simpletons will hear it and react to it. Well, if you're part of my regular listening audience, the last thing you are is a simpleton. The takeaway is this: don't believe what you hear in most of the major media. You can believe what you hear on Fox, you can believe what you hear on Riell Truth, and you can believe believe Rush Limbaugh, Sean Hannity, Laura Ingraham, Mark Levin. Believe those people. But the CNNs and the MSNBCs and the ABCs, CBS, forget it. You will never get truth out of them. Item from newswars.com. The city of San Francisco has sunk over $300,000 into a pilot program aimed at registering non-citizen and illegal aliens to vote in upcoming November 6th elections, unquote. My friends, we find the politicians who put forward that legislation and voted for it, and we jail their asses. Item from The Sun. The American football stars who were involved in a nightclub brawl over a 50,000-pound bar bill, that's $64,000 in American currency, have been named. These are players from the Jacksonville Jaguar. Just by coincidence, these are the geniuses who want to tell you and me how we should live our lives, what national anthem and what flag we should disrespect, how we should think, what's the proper way to go about our lives. These morons who get arrested in a brawl in a bar. These are the geniuses who are kneeling for the national anthem. You know what? As long as they're in England, let them stay there. Item from InfoWars. Feminists responded to the sickening gang rape and murder of a 16-year-old Italian girl by 3 illegal African migrants by protesting against all men. All men. And that tells you everything you need to know about today's feminists. I'll see you tomorrow.